Hi, I'm Frank. What is the fuel consumption of a Sea-Doo switch? Well, the manual doesn't tell you, and there's sort of a good reason for that. And the reason is, it depends. What RPM are you running it at? Well, how many people are in the switch? How loaded down is it? Are you up on plane? There are a lot of variables that can alter the fuel consumption. But it's nice to know how long you can spend out there without running out of gas. And a lot of times, me personally, will go to lunch at a restaurant, waterfront restaurant that's maybe a couple hours away. And I need to know if I can make it to that restaurant and back without running out of gas. It's a good thing, obviously, to know, and that's what I'm going to tell you today that I've determined for my switch. I have a 21-foot with a 170 horsepower Rotax engine. It's a pretty good engine. I like it. It seems to have adequate power for me, but I wanted to know how long will the switch run on a tank of gas. There have been a couple other YouTube videos I've seen that will determine the miles per gallon. How many miles can you travel on your Sea-Doo switch before it runs out of gas? And they're well done videos, but I don't think that's very useful. If I'm out towing somebody on a tube or something like that, I need to know how much time I have, not necessarily how many miles I can go. So that's what I set out to determine. I took the switch and loaded it with 6 adults and 2 kids. Probably the total weight was about 1,100 pounds. So I'm not at maximum weight, but I'm getting close to it. The switch was run at about an average of 7,100 to 7,200 RPM. About 78 is the maximum, so I'm running it towards the higher end of the RPM spectrum, and again fully loaded. So I would expect this to be the worst fuel consumption that we can expect. So let's look at the numbers. I started with a full tank of gas. I filled the gas tank up to the very top. That way I was able to duplicate the amount of gas when I refilled it. So my starting time was 12 hours, 5 seconds. That's what I'll use. So again, I was fully loaded for a maximum weight. I ran the switch at 7,100 RPM up to 7,600 RPM. And my ending time was 14 hours, 34 minutes. If I take my start time and my ending time and subtract the two, I get 2 hours and 29 minutes. I filled it up to the same level that I had started. It took 11.7 gallons. So if I take the number of gallons divided by the hours, we get a consumption of about 4.7 gallons per hour. If we look at the operator's manual, we'll see that the fuel tank capacity is 29 gallons. If I take the number of gallons divided by gallons per hour, it should let me run the boat for 6.2 hours before running out of fuel. Sea-Doo also makes a auxiliary gas can. It's just basically a gas can, but it fits onto the Lynx system of the boat. So I can have my swim platform here in this area all clear, my ski pole, and then on this side I keep extra gas. So if I do run out, it's pretty easy just to refill. Now in refilling, I have a siphon pump. I'll provide a link to this can and the pump below. So that'll make it easy to get fuel into the gas tank should I need to do it from here. Happy motoring with your Sea-Doo switch. I sure enjoy mine.